We're just two regular ass bitches from the coast.
What is up, and welcome to Gym Girls Anonymous. We're your two unhinged gym besties who are here to talk shit and get fit. I'm Lainey.
And I'm Ronnie. Our goal here is to share honest, unscammy fitness advice. Learn as we go, get a lot of realness out of us, and just all around have a good time. Today we're going to be talking about the signs of burnout and maybe the fact that you're doing too motherfucking much. We were going to try to get into it last episode, but we like to yap. So if you like to listen, buckle up. We're getting into it, bitches.
I was given the gift of gab, and I love to yap. You don't have to listen to the one before this to understand what we're talking about, but you should, so...
Yeah, it has absolutely nothing to do. It is fully just our girly pop catch-up.
You thought we were cool.
Haha. Yeah, so this is the first time recording 2 episodes in one day, so give us a break if we're still only functioning with half a brain cell. I did switch my shirt, but that's because I sweat the fuck out of it. So if you didn't watch the last episode, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but I don't care.
I actually have not watched a single one of our videos through. I listen to them on my truck while I'm driving, but I don't actually watch the videos, so.
Yeah, I've got the video part of it that I have to watch again and again to try to connect the audio, because we record audio here. Who cares? We're breaking out every wall here. Camera over there. Camera doesn't have the best audio of us this far. Gotta line it up. Clips. Shit. Fuck off.
Let's see. We're having to go off script because we broke this into 2. So, shit talking.
Oh yeah, I forgot we shit talk right here.
Yeah, we normally shit talk. I don't have any shit to talk, but let me tell you something. I fucking love Marvel movies. I'm sobbing inconsolably to clips of Iron Man saving his sweet little penny this morning, and I'm just like,
no, I love Iron Man.
We've got to watch it. I love RDJ so much.
It's not Transformer. It's not Marvel, but I think my favorite movies franchise is the Transformer movies. Iron Man is a very close second, but those were like really good staples in the household growing up.
I like the first 2. Once they got rid of Megan Fox, it really changed, and then eventually didn't they get rid of Shia too?
Yeah, I guess I didn't really care about the older one, the last of them, but Josh Duhamel.
Who the fuck is Josh Duhamel?
You're breaking my heart. He was the military dude in the movies.
I fear it's been forever since I've seen these. All I can picture is Megan Fox standing on the head of.
Don't get me wrong, whatever. That's so funny.
Gay.
I do have some shit talking though. So this morning I did my run on the treadmill. It's hot inside a gym if you're running on a treadmill. That's just fucking common sense. I'm getting all fired up. But this older gentleman who I absolutely adore, and if I think too hard about him, I will cry, because it is what it is. It falls in that with my clients and all. Yeah, you get it. No, but he is so sweet usually on every occasion, but today he told me in 4 different ways, 4 different times, that my face was red. Oh, you must be working hard. Your face is red. I've never seen it this red before. Oh, your face is still...
Bitch, I'm running.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to do about that. Yep, you're right. You're making me feel weird about it. The fact that you're commenting on it. Okay. I do turn red as a fucking tomato. I get really warm. I sweat my balls off when I'm running in the treadmill. That's why I don't usually like doing it. But it was a better option than going outside today, because outside is terrible.
I'm doing cardio, which works the cardiovascular system, which increases blood flow, which might induce some heat and redness. So, yeah.
Zip your lip.
Like a padlock. I've been listening to white girl bangers lately. So a lot of Kesha.
Kesha is so good. I'm so happy for her. And her
I am
rebrand.
too. Yeah, I love her.
I guess we'll just get right into it. So there are some pretty key components to knowing your body and recognizing in yourself when you are just doing too much, whether it be work related, gym related. Obviously, we're going to talk more of like overtraining related symptoms that you can recognize, but just like in your life, if you're doing too much, you're going to start to recognize some of these other things that happen. The like bubbles are hitting me so hard from that stupid thing. I'm starting to my eyes are watering.
Sorry, I was trying to get rid of my carbonated beverages, as I talked about last week. And so we both got our 0 sugar root beers.
They're really good, and
so good.
As someone who loves root beer and Dr. Pepper are my top tier drinks. It's honestly pretty good. Like it's pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, try it out. Sponsor us. Or don't, because I guess if you're trying not to drink
I'm
it.
trying to get off the carbonation.
Get off the cabs. Well, no, not the carbs. The carbonation.
Yeah, no. Hey,
Please,
eat fucking carbs. I was gonna say, looping back, we've got like an emotional capacity, a physical capacity, a mental capacity. So there's all these different areas that you might be overextending yourself. And again, you've got to check with yourself. Something I didn't put on here, if you're leaning really hard into like coping mechanisms, that might be a sign that something is amiss. So if you find yourself like reaching for food to a greater extent than normal, alcohol, gardening, if you're even like mindless scrolling, if you find that you're giving into these little like dopamine addictions more than usual, it might be a sign to like stop and check in, like what's going on? Like, am I experiencing discomfort that I'm trying to move away from?
Yeah, removing yourself from the situation, giving yourself a forced drop of the happy chemical in your brain. But yeah, just making sure that you're also just recognizing if it's more than less, which that is tough enough to be like, is this something that I want to recognize? Am I letting my ego get in the way? Do I want to acknowledge that I'm doing something wrong and coping? Or do I just ignore all my problems?
Right. Do I want to acknowledge that maybe this person and I have a conversation that we need to be having and I'm trying to avoid it and like blah, blah, blah. Like there's a lot of different ways, but notice if you're pulling back or leaning into stuff that you like shouldn't be as much, and check it out, because you want to face these things head on before they become problems. If they are problems though, some of the signs you might look for are, we're specifically talking about strength training, but again, as Ronnie said, this can bleed into like other aspects.
Yeah, so specifically when it comes to overtraining, if you're constantly finding yourself not being able to progressively overload your weight or even just lift the regular weight that you have been, like your strength is decreasing, that is probably a pretty big indicator that your muscles aren't recovering enough and that you are pushing them past their point of, you're not actually growing those muscles at that point. You are damaging them.
Yeah, you're putting yourself at an increased risk for injury and fatigue, and you're just working against your body to an extent that you're not going to make the progress you want until you allow some rest, recovery, and nourishment.
For example, the first time I started getting into running, I was doing way too much, but my goal was run and then go gym after. And by Friday, that third day of running, 5 days of lifting, the fifth day of lifting, I genuinely could not do the exercises anymore. My legs were so tired that I could not do them anymore. And in my head, hindsight, I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking? Was like, oh, well, I'm working really hard, so it's okay that I'm too tired. No, that, I should have recognized that in my own head as like, ooh, maybe I'm doing too much if I can't complete my sets. See, there's like the mindset shift that also comes with it.
Another sign you might notice is that your sleep quality is tanking. So, despite maybe getting into bed at a normal time and giving yourself enough time to sleep, you're either struggling to fall asleep, struggling to stay asleep, or you're sleeping, but you're feeling like shit when you wake up. You feel as if you didn't actually get the rest that you needed. If you have some type of sleep tracker, it might indicate that your sleep wasn't good, or that it's worse than normal.
And some of the factors, at least for me, because the reason that I have focused so much on my Aura Ring is due to my sleep. I knew it was very poor to begin with. So some of the things that I look at are what my resting heart rate is and when it happens. Usually for me, because I don't eat far enough before bed, and that is a bad habit that I am trying to break, but it's very difficult living with a man.
Men.
That's made me lose my own train of thought. But my resting heart rate isn't low enough until almost at waking up time. So my heart is working so hard all night that it's not letting my body recover. That's not a great thing. The amount of tossing and turning, and if your bedroom is too hot, so you're waking up constantly, that's a huge factor that I've experienced. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats, and I share a bed. Those 5 things are huge things. I stretch my leg. It's a whole whatever. Don't need to get into that.
It impacts sleep quality.
Exactly. And maybe not going to bed at the same time, maybe not waking up at the same time and constantly jumping around your schedules. Like, it's a lot easier said than done. But figuring out a very good routine for your bedtime and morning is going to be a huge way to kind of get that back on track. But if you're recognizing, hey, I'm waking up and I feel like shit, okay, maybe I ate too close to before bed. That's my problem. Maybe my dogs were in the way and I tossed and turned all night. So just recognizing potential triggers for your sleep. And then also, like, obviously, if your muscles are too tired, you're cramped, this, that. Yeah, I could literally keep going. Sleep is so important, and there are so many ways to fuck it up. So
yeah, it's important to have good sleep scheduling. And then if you have a tracker and you're sleeping enough, but maybe you're getting too much REM sleep and not enough deep sleep. Deep sleep is where our body recovers, and then REM sleep is where our brain does its like upkeep and recycling and moving memories over into long-term storage and all that fun stuff. So if you're not getting enough deep sleep, good quality sleep, if you're eating too close to bedtime and your heart rate's elevated for too long, like last night, Reno and I had like pizza and brownies. We were watching a movie and I ate way closer to bedtime than I am used to. Like, had a brownie at 8 p.m. and my heart rate was like,
girl, fuck you.
Your sleep is shit.
For example, my lowest heart rate was at about 10 p.m., which is actually really good. I do feel great this. God, yeah. But then, for example, there was one morning, the lowest was actually at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up at 5:15. So, like, that was a fucked day.
I mean, my readiness score is super low today, and I think my heart rate lowered finally at about 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So, and again, that's like, for those instances, like, that's a one-night thing. If you're noticing a trend of this, you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, yep. It's so funny. I didn't even realize. Like,
as a note, but less about the sleeping, your resting heart rate in general, if you're noticing an increase in that, it might indicate extra stressors, not recovering from stress as well. And so this is more like your daytime resting heart rate. But if you're noticing it climbing up, it might be time to put some stress management into play, work on some breathing, notice like the load of your day.
Yeah, my ring yells at me all the time about how stressed I am during the day, and I like what it's so funny that you're like, work on some breath work, because I'm over here like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm going to work. How am I stressed out? I'm doing my thing, but then I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'm stressed out because of this, and this. I still haven't found a good balance of like daytime. It tells me all the time, like, find a daytime routine that works to calm you down during the day, and I just haven't.
I mean, I talked about this in the last episode that I've just started a new nighttime routine that involves like some stretching and breathing before bed. And I started it when they were in Eastern Oregon. So we're maybe on like week 2 of that. And it already has actually lowered my daytime heart rate. If you're not doing any type of cardio, also, poor cardiovascular health also leads to an increased resting heart rate. But again, that won't be something that changes like all of a sudden your heart rate's higher, but that's an aside.
And this is also coming from 2 fucking regular ass bitches over here who I don't have a degree in nothing. I don't know if yours is. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know. I mean, the heart's a muscle, but like it's not. I
can't put my hands on it.
I can lovingly put my hands around your heart. So obviously, we're not doctors. We don't like if you've got a heart rate problem. Like no, this is just like based on what we know from a nice fancy little ring that we have here, what we've learned through research. So like just again, take it with a grain of salt, learn from this, don't whatever. This
is not medical advice. We are outlining stuff to look for, and if you have like true genuine concerns, talk to a real fucking doctor.
Yeah, please. Like we can't be trusted. Another thing that you would look at, which really does tie back into the sleeping, is the just not really tied into it, but I mean it is hand in hand of the chronic tiredness. Now, there's autoimmune diseases and other things that could be a factor, but specifically if you're training a lot and you're sleeping well, but you're still feeling like you're just dragging yourself to the gym, to the work, to the thing, there's probably something, maybe an undereating factor, or you aren't sleeping enough, or you're just doing too fucking much. Like, that's going to be said a lot. Like, if you're doing too much, these are the things to look for. So,
if you're chronically tired, even though you're sleeping well, maybe a sign of underfueling or overtraining. And we're going to go into this more next week when we talk about TDEE and metabolism.
Now, for those of you who are idiots like I am, TDEE stands for some words that I don't know what they mean, but it's basically the calories that you eat if you're maintenance, bulking, deficit.
It's your total daily energy expenditure. So it's the amount of calories you burn in a day being you.
Yeah. So because I had seen it online a whole bunch of times. She had said it in a couple of things, and I was like, I don't fucking know what that means. So it is what it is. But now, I mean, it makes sense, obviously, when I Googled it. But yeah, that was a lot of ranting.
Mm-hmm. Another sign to look for is if you are dreading things that you typically enjoyed, or you're no longer finding joy in places that you used to. So if you're an artist and you find yourself not wanting to do art, not enjoying art when you do it, that's a good sign that something is being overextended to the point where it's leeching the joy out of other places in your life.
And now that partially could be a mindset shift, but most likely it is overtraining, overdoing it. Too much of something is not good. But for example, we do hip thrusts a lot. We have many reps that we do, and I find myself frequently saying, I hate this. This sucks. I don't want to fucking do this. But I also catch myself in that moment, and I have to reframe the thought process of, okay, I get to do this. It is hard, but that doesn't mean that I am not capable of. It's you got to give yourself a whole pep talk. I personally know that I'm not doing too much, so I know that I'm just fucking being a little bitch, but at the same time, those thoughts will come. So just recognize if it is a physical feeling of dread rather than just a like, this sucks. You'll figure it out.
So we do have an episode on mindset coming up, and that'll be great into that. An example of this that I haven't been feeling lately, but Ronnie can attest to this because she heard me bitching about it a lot was that when I was chronically underfueled, which I also talked about in the last episode, for that extended period of time, I was starting to like dread and not want to go see my D&D group. I was like, I would rather go home and sleep than go socialize, even though I love these people. I love hanging out with them. Like I love our time together. I was getting to the point where it's like, I don't want to fucking do that. Like I have a very limited amount of energy right now and it's being spent, and anything outside of that is literally it felt like a chore, like a massive burden. And so that was me under fueling, but it might also be a sign of the overtraining.
Yeah, and that obviously is a very specific situation. Shut the fuck up. Situation to where like there was a lot of other factors in there, but the main part of being is you're going out of your way to do this extra thing, and it is taking an extra toll on you rather than just being just of a fun game night, you know? Mm-hmm. So like,
which should be something that like typically recharges me, and I really enjoyed it, but it was getting to the point where I was like, I would rather go home and sit on my ass and eat like a bowl full of broken glass than go do this. So look for that. Look for those signs, because it wasn't something that I recognized in myself, but like looking back now, I'm like, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. And even for me, like thinking back about that whole time, obviously I don't know everything that's going on behind the closed doors. Like it is what it is. But there was so many things that you were saying that made sense. And I was like, oh, so that is why. But it was more of like, even though I know these people and I love them all dearly as well, it was like, well, this isn't happening. Oh, well, this person's going out of town, so we're not getting like it. There was all of these.
Also, some like
So like to me, that's where I thought it was potentially coming from, was like the outsideness of it all, whereas reality, that was just feeding into the already dread going into it. You're like, okay, well, I already don't want to do this, and now I have to fucking deal with this too. Like, fuck this. Which
goes into it being important to be able to evaluate when you're leaning into or away from something and being like, is this something in me that's causing me to do this? Like maybe not just the scheduling issue that was pissing me off, because that's neither here nor there really. There was something within me that I was basically ignoring, and I was just talking shit and moving on. It's like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm fucking tired.
I said it a couple episodes ago, but basically like it's okay to just kind of stop, regroup, take a deep breath, and be like, okay, how am I feeling? What's going on? Like all these things keep happening.
And again, we're human. Like we're gonna have bad days. If it's one time here and there that you're like, I don't want to fucking do this, everything's annoying, you're pissing me off, shut the fuck up, that's fine.
Probably in your luteal phase.
Yeah, if you're noticing a pattern, if it's a trend, if it's happening more and more, that's what we need to be paying attention to.
Yeah, not wake up on the side of the bed, like literally waking up on the wrong side of the bed, everything goes wrong. Like those days are going to come and go. But it's when they start the domino effect where this day affects the next day, and then that affects the next day, and then you're slowly just falling down a spiral. Mm-hmm. Like you need to figure out how to build those steps and get yourself back up out.
Yeah, if you're having more bad days than good days, it might be time to like sit down and have an honest fucking conversation with yourself and look at your life and be like, what am I doing too much? Am I neglecting taking care of myself? Have I just been like isolating and not exercising and not eating right? And like, have I affected my energy that way? Or am I overexpending my energy? Blah, 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 blah. You get the fucking point.
There's also the aspect too of when your body is doing so much, it doesn't have the time to recover. I know we've said that already, but that opens up your immune system to be compromised so that you can get sick a lot more. You can have a flu, the day-to-day sicknesses that go around. You're constantly sick. Like, oh, why am I? Oh, every time a sickness goes around, I'm always getting sick. I'm delusional though, and I think that because I say I'm not getting sick, it's not going to happen. I manifest it because genuinely that shit has worked for years. Like besides the sniffly nose, that's just I found out. Did you know that it's just genetics? It's just like something that is part of a human makeup, that when you get warm and you start exerting yourself, and or like the temperature change, that your nose just runs, and that it is just something you cannot control. It is not allergies.
I get super mucusy when I run.
Yeah, and so like it's like I was constantly wiping your nose, like it's just a genetic thing, and it's not actually like whatever. Sorry, so sidetracked there. So if you're experiencing that, it's probably not the overuse, but if you're getting downright sick, you're probably overdoing it with your body, and your body is fighting for its healthiness.
Literal life.
I was going to say life, and I felt dramatic, but then I thought about the fact that I'm always talking about how we're going to die soon, so fuck it.
I learned in school that on average people get sick 4 times a year. For me, that's insane. I think I get sick twice a year maybe. So you should know your baseline level of like the amount of times you get sick. If you're noticing that you're getting sick every month, every other month, if you're getting sick more often, that's a huge sign. And with that, if you're getting recurring body aches or headaches that you don't normally get, if you're starting to get daily headaches and they're not tied to like maybe not having some caffeine or whatever, if you're always sore, you should not, like, we work out really hard, and there's times where we're like, holy shit, I don't know why, but the same thing I've been doing for 4 weeks made me super sore. You should not be constantly sore. If you are, that is a sign that your muscles are not recovered and you're over fucking doing it.
And that just is I don't know how many reminders we're going to have to give you, but like if you have children and they are sick, they are grimy little gremlins, and I know that. I don't have children of my own, but I know that they are not the cleanest little beings. So if you're getting sick from your kids, it's probably not because they're going to the gym and working hard in the morning, but just
they're petri dishes.
Yeah, just kind of like find that fine line between like, okay, I mean, if you don't have kids and you're getting sick all the time, okay, that's a pretty good indicator, but like, sorry to those of you who don't have that nice fine line.
Yes. With body aches and headaches, another little note. You might be fucking dehydrated.
Yeah, drink your fucking water, please. Just drink it. Yeah. You've already seen, I've been drinking the soda, but like, I've been drinking my water. I do it every time. I actually need to get a new lid for it because the mutilation that happened when I was taking out the straw to clean it has made it go. And I can't, 4 o'clock in the morning when I'm trying to just chug water, I can't handle the like.
Nothing tastes better than middle of the night water, though.
Oh, dude, I fucking pound so much water. I was doing some like research into it about how much water, if drinking water overnight really like adds to your hydration levels, because like, I'm like, does it really count if you're sleeping? Especially if I'm sweating a whole lot, I'm just kind of replenishing it, which like it does, but it doesn't really at the same time. It was kind of a 50-50 answer. It was like, obviously if I'm sweating a lot, I'm just like replenishing the hydration, but I'm not actually like over whatever. That was like a random sharp left. But yeah, hydration, drink, please.
It did make me think, not related to anything, but if you like hold your hand in front of your mouth and exhale, you can feel like the water droplets. You get so dehydrated at night just from like so make sure that you're breathing. Make sure you're breathing in the morning.
Please don't stop breathing.
Make sure that you're hydrating in the morning. But that brings us to our last sign that we're going to talk about today.
It's so funny reading it. Personally, I can tell when I haven't eaten in a very long time, hours-wise. Like, I've never gone more than a couple hours without eating, but boy, when that day or that time hits, I'm a bitch. I'll say it. I know I'm mean. I will not deny that I am like, what the fuck is wrong with everything in here? Like, I'm kind of starting to get it now because I'm getting hungry, but it's usually on those weekend days, like a Saturday or a Sunday, where my boyfriend will go outside and he's just working in the shop, and it's 11 o'clock, it's 12 o'clock, it's 1 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking eat something right now. I'm not waiting for you anymore. Because he's great. I don't know. He doesn't like routine, so love you, but go over there. I get real mean, though, and I get snippety and not very nice. So once I eat, then I feel much better. So,
but if you're noticing for an extended period of time, days or weeks, where you are being unconsciously more cunty, more angry, or feeling like you don't have control over your grouchiness or bad moods, you're having more bad days than good days, it's a sign that something's amiss.
Yeah, so just don't be afraid to check in with yourself. Just write it down. Like, there's definitely times where I've been like, have I felt this way before? This kind of feels a familiar feeling. You know, write it down if you think it's important. There's many ways to write it down. Paper your notes app, a fucking text your bitch and be like, hey, I think I'm feeling like, I keep waking up feeling like shit. This is how I'm feeling. And then you look back in a week and be like, oh, I'm still feeling like shit. Maybe I should figure it out. Yeah, right? Yeah.
For sure. This brings us around to recovery and self-nourishment. So we've talked about recovery specifically before. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and you have to take care of your body. The hustle culture of keep pushing, don't stop is so damaging, and we as individuals have to learn how to listen to our body and not let other people tell us how much we should be capable of doing.
Yeah, a lot of us have been so ingrained with the you gotta do it, you can't stop, keep pushing, like just don't stop, just do it. All of these phrases that these companies have been pushing on us over the last however many years of like, hey, keep fucking going. When the literal reality of being an athlete is listening to every joint, every little part of your body, all of it, because at the end of the day, what they think and their mentality or opinions don't control how your body feels. So you have to be the one that advocates the most for yourself. Fuck what anybody else says. Just that's...
I'm going to run through physical recovery real quick. We talked about this in depth already, so we're going to deep sleep. Okay, take some naps. Make sure your sleep is on point. Sleep some extra hours if you need to for a couple of days. Massage, foam roller, massage gun, go see a massage therapist. Nutrition, are you eating enough? Are you getting carbs? Are you getting protein? How's your fiber? Are you fucking hydrated? Low impact movement, walking, yoga, some gentle stretching, and taking rest days without guilt. That part's really important.
Big bold letters, without guilt. And as somebody who does typically feel guilty for taking a rest day, there's no easy way to say, oh, just don't feel that way. Like, there's no way.
Don't.
Just don't. Like, I don't have some big fancy philosophy that's like, you know what, I've tried this and it really... It's... A human life is only so long. And so making sure that you're gonna be here for the longest that you are possible requires some downtime. And sitting on the couch, doom scrolling, maybe isn't the best thing to do, but it is honestly better than doing, like, I'd say doing nothing, but you are. That's the thing, is you are doing nothing. That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing better than it.
And I need you to sit still with me for a second. Take a breath, open your ears, spread your legs, whatever you need to do to fully take this inside of you. Goddamn. You do not need to earn rest. You do not need to earn food or nourishment. You inherently have the right to rest, to recover, to nourish. That is your birthright. And from making sure that you are doing those things, you are able to go forth and play and create and all that good stuff, okay?
Capitalism has ruined the human race because we are supposed to be having fun and relaxing and enjoying our time on this godforsaken rock that we've been placed on. But we don't get that opportunity. So in this shred of time that you do get to enjoy that, what it could have been life,
Tits out eating berries.
please enjoy it. Oh no, I was gonna say something about sleep, but I forgot. Okay, it doesn't matter. These ones are...
You can take us through mental,
Okay.
emotional.
I'm just reading over these, sorry. I kind of lost that train of thought and then it, like, threw me off the rails
Derailed.
a little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna double check this. I think it was 39, so we should have 4 minutes, but... Oh, we do exactly have 4 minutes. Next, we're gonna go through emotional, mental, self, all of the kind of reflection aspects of things. Breathwork is really good for calming yourself down, creating that de-stressing hormones in your body, all of the good things breathwork does. Like, you're literally rely on breathing to live, okay? Box breaths, it's so funny. The book that I was just reading, one of the main characters, that was her thing, was like breathwork and boxing. So like, you want to think of like breathing in the box, holding it, exhaling, like just calm yourself down. You can literally calm your heart by breathwork. It's pretty fucking
cool. Pretty fucking cool.
I was gonna say it's pretty fucking fascinating, and I totally smashed those words together.
Breath is one of the only autonomic processes, which means like the processes that we don't have to think about. Our body just does it to keep us alive, like breathing, blinking, digesting, cellular repair. It's the only part of that autonomic nervous system, the heart, that we can have control over. Like, so when I say breath work, or when we say breath work, just breathing intentionally, that can be just deep breaths. You can do a simple Google search and get 9,000 actual practices. Box breath is like, you know, you're breathing in a square, you're inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Triangle breath, same thing. There's like 4, 7, 8. It doesn't fucking matter. Just intentionally take air into your body.
The more that you're getting the air and your oxygen, you're moving things around, the more that your cells can recover. And it's such a fascinating process that all this is just quite the day full of catastrophes. Just kidding. It's not that big of a deal. It's just kind of annoying to start and stop. I don't know what I was talking about, but it doesn't matter. On to the next. Boundaries are really important when it is coming to yourself. And what we mean by boundaries doesn't have to... There is no boundary to boundaries. You know, it is... it's your own interpretation of it. If you finding something that is not aligning with how you're feeling, what you're doing, what you want out of your life, finding that break or that boundary to put it out, keep it away, even if it is within yourself, it's really important to keep them and have them and not let anyone make you feel any way about your own boundaries. They don't have to make sense to anybody but yourself, because you're trying to do what's best for you, and again, it doesn't have to make sense. So,
yeah, set boundaries with yourself about what you will and won't accept from yourself. Like boundaries about taking care of yourself, boundaries about phone time, boundaries about
non-negotiables.
Yeah. Set boundaries with your friends and with your family. Like, it doesn't matter. And sometimes it's going to take having a difficult conversation that might suck for a little bit, but it's going to be worth it in the long run to protect your self.
And it's really hard to set those boundaries and hold them, but it's very easy to see who respects you if they are willing to adhere to those boundaries that you're maybe now just putting into place after knowing you for 10 years. It's really a push and a pull to a degree. Obviously, you are your own. Don't pull for nobody, but you get what I'm trying to say here. Just be confident in what you need to do for yourself, because nobody can tell you what you need to do. But we're going to tell you to go spend time on things that you love. Feels so hypocritical. No, but spending time on things that you enjoy doing is a really great way to just like refresh yourself, regroup, get yourself in a good mindset. And that really just gets a big circle back. If you're doing things that you're loving, but then it's becoming daunting to do things that you love, and you're in this cycle, recognize where you need to step back, but then also be like, okay, well, I really do enjoy doing this, so I'm going to do maybe this little aspect of the hobby or the thing that I enjoy doing, but maybe not that because it's been pissing me off. If you have friends, as you know of the last episode, I'm a major loser, so I don't really spend much time with anybody other than Lainey and my boyfriend. But yeah, if you have family close, spend time with them. Do things, as long as it's mentally a good thing to spend time around your family.
Mm-hmm.
Do that, but if not, you know, just like get a cat, get some dogs.
I was gonna say spend time with your animals because they're nothing but like love.
Yo, my cat Onyx makes me laugh so hard. Like, I love my dogs. They are great companions for most of everyday life things that need to be. But my cat has made me laugh so much harder than any other animal I have ever owned in my entire fucking life. This cat, he gets zoomies and will run room to room. It just sounds like a horse clopping through. It's like, all right, kid, what are you doing? But I was in the bedroom putting my watch on the charger, and I heard him running in, so I like jumped side to side. As he was jumping onto the bed, I did that, which startled him. And he was still in momentum of jumping across the bed. His little legs went behind. Kevin was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, I'm not okay." That was so funny. But like, that really helps knowing that my cat is fucking hilarious. So he showed up on my porch too, so don't think go let the cat distribution system get you.
I will say, just like a side note for spending time with the people you love, you should also be comfortable spending time with yourself. Like, I think that this is not what we're talking about. I think that there's like a discourse with not knowing who you are or being comfortable with who you are, and like this aversion to spending time alone that causes imposter syndrome and all this other stuff. I think you should intimately know yourself and be comfortable spending time with yourself, and it took me a long time to get there, but like I love quality time with this bitch. So maybe hanging out with yourself as well without distractions and being like with yourself.
And that could be anything from just like finding a book you like, or what I wrote down for my whatever it's called, create without pressure. So that could literally mean anything. If you want to get a coloring book out and color without feeling guilty or the pressure to make it look perfect, or post a video on wherever and make it look perfect, because
capitalism has ruined people and it has made us think that hobbies need to be perfect or that they need to be monetized. Humans we were fucking put here to create.
Yeah, so let that, no grains of salt around here. For this one, I want you to do something that makes you feel like a kid again, or just is something you enjoy and not feel bad about doing it. Like, I have multiple coloring books, and sometimes I'm like, I'm almost 30. I shouldn't be doing anything in a coloring book. Why? Who made that rule? Where are you? Show me the rule book, huh? Who said I couldn't?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
There's no fucking rule book. It's like,
yeah.
Oh, I don't sing because I'm bad at singing. Humans were made to sing. Sing poorly. Like, oh, I can't make art because I'm not good at it. Nobody gives a fuck if you're good at it. Color, draw, paint, splash some fucking shit around. I don't know. Like, create. I think there's an imbalance with like consuming to creating. Like, as humans, we're consuming more media, more food, whatever, than we're creating, and it's an imbalance that is causing a lot of issues.
Well, and we need to be bored. That's the thing. That's where creativity. Excuse me, this soda's hitting me hard. We need people to be bored for the creativity. Oh my god, this is gonna beat the shit out of me. To find new things. be innovative, to figure out what your passions are. Like, they say this for kids a lot in like Montessori or whatever the hell it is. I don't have kids, don't fucking know the shit. But that if you are constantly giving them stuff to do, it's going to overwhelm them. So if we go back to being children for a second, all of this stuff that we have right around us is so overwhelming. We have just, as adults, found ways to cope with it and to
dissociate.
Well, yes, but oh my god,
compartmentalize.
I could not. I've heard that. But so we've known how to do that, so it's like, okay, well, this is going to go over here because I don't want to deal with that right now. But if we take all that away and go back into it and do nothing, it's going to be so much easier to just feel free, a little bit of a freedom of this circle of things that's going on with the government or the bills or the work, or like the list goes on and on and on about things that we got to worry about as adults, that if you spend time doing nothing, it's gonna help. Maybe for 15 minutes, give that shit a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And being bored kind of brings me back around to, like, if you're raw dogging boredom and just being with yourself, you will know yourself better. And I think that would solve a lot of our problems. And
I even, find myself where it's like, if I'm alone too long, you look online, you start scrolling, you do this, you put on music. But I think that there's I really don't know what word I'm looking for here, but it's just like a very interesting thing to learn about yourself, what you're willing to, how you talk to yourself, and like all of those inner voices come out, and I start to spiral, but like, dial it in.
Yeah.
I don't know if that tangent really went anywhere, but
yeah, I think this, when we do the mindset, I know I had wrote about it, but I think it would be really good to talk about this, like spending time with yourself. Last, about like the doing nothing, I did want to say that I think being constantly available is truly draining our energy. Like, constantly feeling like we have to reply, or being attached to our phone, where it's not the 90s and you go outside, you're only available when you're at home. My husband and I were in a group chat with another family member. They texted us and he was like, oh, I'm gonna let you answer. And I was like, okay, well, we just sat down to dinner, like, it's totally fine. This man couldn't wait less than 3 minutes. He's like, well, I'm gonna answer her. And I'm like, she doesn't need to be answered right now. It's fine. They can wait. We do not need to be constantly available and having our energy literally like...
Yeah, just being able to pull upon somebody whenever is really damaging for just the way it's not supposed to be like that. We are not supposed to be available 24/7. It is awful for many, many reasons. And I mean, I said it last episode, my phone goes on do not disturb mode at 7:30, and somebody texted me at about 8 o'clock, and I felt bad that I didn't respond for the next day. Why the fuck did I not feel like, what? She probably went to... I knew that was going to happen. At least it's
I had the thought
shirt.
When I brought him in here, I was like, one of these is definitely going to get down.
Honestly, it's spelled on my shirt, so...
I'm not fucking worried.
We're good. When I dropped it, I was like, fuck. But I definitely felt bad about not responding right away, but at the same time, she didn't be like, oh god, I can't believe you took all night to respond. Like, I wasn't sleeping or anything. Yeah, like, it's how stupid it sounds when I say it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
And if you text me, there's really only a certain message that you send me that I'm like, this is probably important, I need to respond to. Typically, I'm not going to respond for a while. I'm working. I use gloves when I'm at work. I'm not going to fucking sit there and take them off to look at your text message. I don't give a fuck. I'll respond to you later. And that's what we did last night. Like, I got home. We were just kind of like zoning out. I was responding to some of the text messages. I still actually haven't responded to my last text. Sorry, girly pop. I'll text you now. But you know what? Like, you get it.
Yeah.
So like, it's...
Well, it's like sometimes I feel bad about like going AWOL, but also the people like Ronnie and my sister, they know that if they need me and they call me, if you need my attention after a certain amount of time, it needs to be a phone call or an actual text. If you're sending me a Snapchat towards the end of the day, like, good chance I don't respond. And sometimes I feel bad about it, but also like the people near me literally know. They fucking know.
Yeah, so don't like worry about the people around you because most of them know. And that really just kind of ties back into the boundaries, the people around you. If you set that boundary being like, I don't respond after 8, like 5 o'clock, my day is done. You will not see or hear from me after 5. And if they have an issue with it, fuck them.
Mm-hmm. Like when I Snapchatted you last night, I knew your phone was locked and you weren't going to see it till the morning. And I'm like, whatever. I responded.
And even still, you sent me one this morning at 5:58 and my thing didn't unlock until 6. I sure as fuck didn't look at it until about 7. And I was like, oops.
I think we were both on the same page about what it was anyways.
Regardless, but you get what we're saying. Like,
had it been a vital thing, I would have sent an actual text message or I would have called.
And maybe I'm just maybe we know I'm a loser, but I really don't text all that much. So if I get a text, it's usually either A, important, or from like one of those stupid, 20% off right now. Like those will come in. But if it's like, Lainey texts me, like, oh shit, what does she want? Like we never text. So I know it's important.
My primary form, Reno said that someone said this was weird because we all Snapchat. Like, we Snapchat, me and my sister. It came out when
we were in high school, so it's not weird to us.
Yeah.
But you guys made Snapchat fucking suck.
Yes.
I forgot about my data on the thing. It's like, say for 12 months. I don't know when that 12 months started. I don't know how long I have. And I'm like, I have literally like 23 gigabytes. Fuck you, Snapchat.
Yeah, fuck you, first of all.
What am I supposed to do with that?
But that's my main form of communication with everybody in my life, except for my D&D group. Well,
that's a group chat. That's a whole different realm of things that you need to... There's many people you can't really group chat on Snap.
Yeah, I've never been, like, weird or done sketchy shit on Snapchat, which is apparently why it's weird. But anyways, that's my main form of communication, so I know if someone tries to contact me outside of Snapchat, I'm like, that's probably slightly more urgent than my normal messages.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, I've used all of the brain cells and batteries and SD cards and...
It was a mess
literally
today.
Everything.
We got a 2-for-1 though, so...
Yeah, which is pretty impressive. Normally we're almost out of the... I'm already almost leaving by now, so I'm super impressed with that. Fist bump. But if you want to catch us next week, we're going to kind of go over probably some other random shit that comes up, because that always is what happens.
Mm-hmm. And metabolism.
Yep. So if you're looking forward to that, tune in next week. But for now, you can find us on Instagram, I think TikTok, YouTube, Spotify at the Gym Girls Podcast. You can find me at Ronnie.Hansen. Same places.
Lainey Shipman. All the places. Okay. Quad Squad.
Oh, a quick little shout out before we leave. Amber, I love you so much. You are our biggest fan, and I appreciate you so much for all of your support. I know this is like 10 episodes in, but you're doing the damn thing, and we love you so much. Thank you.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you all, and we will see you next week. Bye!